Yeah, that's a great question. So I think when you look at the economics of using Kanban, it's almost self-evident once you start to use it. A lot of people don't recognize that you can use the same size, like of team members in your organization with Kanban. So a lot of times when people look at this agile stuff that's out there, they'll say, hey, we have to do a team of 7 or a team of 12 or whatever that number is, some kind of magic number to say this is our optimal team size. With Kanban, you can use whatever size you already have. You should start with what you do now. So let's just say you have a team of like 5 people, for example. And let's just say they're currently delivering like 4 or 5 things every couple of weeks, just to put a number on it. Well, with Kanban, when you start to limit how much you do, when you start to focus on your work and getting that work to move through your environment quickly, you end up with something like 10 to 12 things per 2 weeks, for example. That could be anything that you're working on, marketing campaigns. It could be software development activities like user stories. It could be things like accounting projects, you name it. It does support basically any kind of knowledge work that you're doing. So when you think about this, when you take like, let's just say a marketing campaign and you deliver it faster, and you may be able to do even more than one marketing campaign in the same time frame where you used to do one, you're going to find that you have greater throughput. So you can do more of what you did before with lower cost. So let's just say from a software development standpoint, as another example, let's just say that a team of 5 people cost me, I don't know, $50,000 every 2 weeks, roughly speaking. Maybe a little more, a little less, depending on where you work, but about $50,000. And let's say in that time frame, they get 4 or 5 what are called user stories out the door. Those are basically almost software development features, but not quite. Maybe sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But let's just say in that time frame of 2 weeks, instead of delivering 4 or 5 user stories, you could deliver maybe 12, 10 to 12. And that is something that teams that use Kanban typically get out of it. They can get more done with the same number of people simply by focusing on less work and making sure that the work that they focus on is the most valuable work. And these are things that they learn over time. You take that and you start to bring it out to scale. Let's just say that you have 30 or 40 teams doing something like software development, or you have a pretty large marketing team or a pretty large HR team, and they're all doing their own work, right? If you can increase the amount of work that they're doing without overburdening them, without stressing them, with giving them more focus, then you'll probably have a greater economic benefit, at least in terms of cost alone. Now, let's just say that those things that they're delivering have even better benefit for the business. They help the business to grow, to achieve market share, to get where it really wants to go as a business from a strategic standpoint, to really get that feedback honestly from the customer to say, this is where we want to go. That's a huge deal. That's when you start to get even more economic benefit. So that's something that typically happens when you're using the Kanban method. Sometimes you start on the inside of your business, trying to get things to run stable, more effectively, right? And over time, you start to reach out to your customer and engage with them more and more. But it depends on where you are, what kind of business you are. If you're a startup, you're probably listening to your customer daily, very effectively. But if you're a large corporation with a lot of people, you probably start in the middle and work your way out from inside your organization. And so these are the ways you can start to look at the economic benefits. Sometimes it's increasing your feedback, increasing your revenue. Sometimes it's actually reducing your cost, increasing your throughput, and actually helping your business to grow even faster or be more effective in the marketplace. So those are just some of the economic benefits of Kanban.